Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my dear students, and welcome to Al Manhal School Education English channel. This program is for grade 5 students for our Discovery Island 5. Our lesson today is Unit 5, Lesson 8, and please be ready and open your pupils book pages, page 85, and activity book, page 79. Right? Let's go back here. Alright, so our reading lesson today is a science one entitled Fossils. Before we start our lesson, I'm sure that you have many questions in mind. And please keep these questions in mind. The first question, I'm sure you have it. What are fossils and where do they come from? And why do scientists or paleontologists study fossils? Why is it important for us to find fossils? By the end of our lesson today, you're gonna find all the answers for your questions. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's start over. The first one is a reading passage about fossils. And as you see, you have these words here. Read and find these words. Dinosaur, dinosaur, fossils, fossils, swan, swan, octopus, octopus, paleontologist, paleontologist. As you read, try to guess these words from the context. Can you follow up with me in the book, please? Fossils. Dinosaurs lived a long time ago, but they are all extinct now. We know about them because paleontologists study their fossils. Paleontology is the science that study the scientific study of the past life by analyzing animal and plant fossils. Fossils are the remains of ancient animals and plants that have left an impression in the earth or rocks over a very long time. A lot of information can be seen by paleontologists when a fossil is found. They can tell if the animal had fur or not, if it could fly or not, and many other details by studying the shape and structure of the fossil. The shape of the wing of a flying dinosaur was not so different from that of the swan or any other bird today. There are fossils of big animals, dinosaurs, elephants, and so on. And fossils of a very small animals such as insects, butterflies, and ants, for example. Marine fossils are also found under the sea by marine archaeologists. Scientists can find out about the life history of the octopus by studying fossils. As you see in the picture, there are some shell. This one is the shell of today, and these ones on the right are fossils. So, let me ask you, do you know now what are fossils? Yes, think and look in the text. Excellent. Fossils are remains of dead animals and plants that have died long time ago, but they are printed in the rocks under the layers of earth and are found later after millions of years. Right? And these fossils were formed because of the pressure and of the Earth's layer and the high temperature. All right. So let's go back to these words. Now you know these words, the meaning of dinosaurs. All of us have seen movies about dinosaurs, and we know that some types of dinosaurs were flying, and some other types have long necks and small heads and so on, and big body. And already we know now the meaning of fossils. Swan, as you know, is a bird. And octopus is one of the marine sea animals. And paleontologists, who are paleontologists? Yes, paleontologists are the scientists who study fossils and who look for fossils. Good job. Let's move to the next activity. After reading, how do we know what dinosaurs were like? We don't have dinosaurs living among us now. They died millions of years ago. So how did scientists, how do we know about dinosaurs, how they look like, as we see in the movies? Think? Good, excellent. Because scientists found fossils or bones of these animals, of the dinosaurs, and without finding these fossils, we couldn't have known anything about them. So, fossils are important because they give us information about animals or plants that disappeared long time ago, so we can know about them. Alright? Or sometimes they compare these animals of the past with animals that's still living among us today. So fossils give us a lot of information how these animals lived, what did they eat, how did they move, how did they look like, and so on. What kind of information can be found in a fossil? As I told you, for me, fossils give us a lot of information about life of the past and animals and plants of the past. How did these animals lived, or what did these animals or plants look like, and so on. So it's important to know about life. Also, fossils give us information about weather of the past. For example, let me ask you that question: what if paleontologists found fossils of fish under the desert? What do they conclude? What do they understand by finding fossils of fish under the desert sand? Think. I'm sure you can answer. You're smart. Excellent. That means that this desert used to be covered with water. Maybe they used to be oceans or seas or whatever. So sea or marine animals used to live like fish. But the weather changed and this area dried up and became desert. Good. The third question: what kind of fossils are there? What kind of fossils are there? Let's go back here. Alright, I'm gonna start over reading it again. Fossils. Dinosaurs lived a long time ago, but they are all extinct now. We know about them because paleontologists study their fossils. Paleontology is the scientific study of past life by analyzing animals and plant fossils. Fossils are the remains of ancient animals and plants that have left an impression or a print in the earth or rocks over a very long time. A lot of information can be seen by paleontologists when a fossil is found. What are this information? They can tell if an animal had fur or not. That means how did they look like? If it could fly or not, and many other details by studying the shape and structure. So fossils tell us information about the shape or structures of these fossils. The shape of the wing of a flying dinosaur was not so different from that of a swan or any bird today. That means that paleontologists or scientists who study fossils compare these animals or birds or plants with these animals or birds that live today. There are fossils of big animals like dinosaurs or elephants, and fossils of very small animals such as insects like butterflies, ants. Marine fossils are also found under the sea by marine archaeologists. Scientists can find about the life history of the octopus by studying fossils. All right, let's go back to questions. What kind of fossils are there? There are many kinds of fossils. There are trace fossils, there are printed fossils in the rock. So many fossils. The fossils tell us about marine life. So there is also marine fossils that can be found under the sea, and so on. Let me ask you now. That's your return to answer. Number one, have you ever seen a fossil? Any one of you, ask yourself, have you ever seen a fossil? You may have seen a fossil in a museum, or you may have one of your relatives is a paleontologist, or you may have seen a fossil when you travel abroad. Ask yourself. Either yes or no. You can say yes I have or no I haven't. What kind of fossil was it? Was it a marine fossil that like fish, for example, fish fossil or octopus? Or was it printed on the rock? Was body fossil, for example? Or parts of the body like bones and skeleton skulls? What fossils? If you already saw one, what information could be found in that fossil? I guess we answered that questions. Maybe that fossil told you how, if they are, for example, bones, they told you about the structure. Or if they are, maybe they are just trace or prints of their feet, the animal's feet. So they may tell you how they walk or how they move, that they used to move fast and so on. How, number 5, how are fossils and shell and the shell similar or different? In the picture, let's go back. In the picture, how are these shells similar and how are they different? Yes, think. Excellent. They have the same shape. They have the same structure, but maybe the color is different a little bit because these were buried under layers of sand and rock for long time. Good job. All right? And let's go to another part. All right? Here. And now it's time for activity. And please open activity book, page 79. And let's do the first activity. It's about vocabulary. You have to fill in these spaces with one of the words. Read and write. Here, number 23. Read and write. There are 4 words that you do not need. Here, there are extra 4 words that you do not need. Let me read the words for you. Extinct. Extinct. And I've told you before that extinct means what? Do you remember? Yes, means animals or plant that disappeared long time ago or exactly for the last 50 years or more. They do not live on earth now. Like dinosaurs, they are extinct animals. Fossils. Marine is related to the water, the sea animals. Marine archaeologists, and the marine archaeologists are archaeologists who study fossils or sea fossils. Paleontologists are the fossil scientists. Paleontology is the science of studying fossils, and structures is the formation of the body of that fossil. The first one is done. A fossil. What is a fossil? It's the remains of an ancient animal or plant that has left an impression in the earth or rock. Excellent. Number 2. It's already done too. Paleontology. Paleontology is the scientific study of past life by analyzing fossils. What's number 3? Is a person who studies fossils? Yeah. Looks like paleontology. Yes. Excellent. Paleontologist is a person who studies fossils. Good. Good job. Fossils are found under the sea. What is the name of the fossil that are found under the sea? There is a terminology or a name for that. Excellent. It's marine fossil. We call them marine fossil. All right. Now, the second activity, read and write true or false. Read and write true or false. All right. Yes. My name is Simon. I'm 12 years old and I'm a fossil collector. Please follow up with me. Again, I'll start over. My name is Simon. I'm 12 years old and I'm a fossil collector. I live in desert. I live in Dorset. Dorset on the south coast of the United Kingdom. This part of the country is called Jurassic Coast because there are so many fossils here. Jurassic. Alright? I often go fossil hunting with my family on the beach near my house. I take a small hammer with me and a bag to put the fossils in. I have over 50 fossils now. They're mostly of ammonites. Ammonite, this one in the picture, is one of the marine animals or living things. Ammonite, which is a type of sea snail, so it's a snail. I've also found some fossils of fish. We have great fun fossil hunting, but we have to be very careful. We only go when the weather is good and when the sea is out. Also, we're careful near the cliffs around the beaches because sometimes rocks fall down. When I grow up, I want to be a paleontologist so that I can get paid to study fossils. Right? So, we studied these words before. After reading, I hope you read it again. I give you time to read it. All right? Go ahead and read it again. And you don't have to translate each word, but try to get the drift and try to get the words from the context. All right? Good job. Let's start answering the first question. That's page 79. Read and write true, false, or I don't know. If you write I don't know, if the information that this piece of information wasn't mentioned in the reading text. Number one, Simon collects fossil. That's surely true. Number two, he has been hunting for fossil since he was 8 years ago. Since he was 8 years old. If you go back to the passage, was that mentioned? Was that piece of information mentioned? Good job. No. So the answer is I don't know. I don't know. Number three, when he goes hunting, he takes a knife and a box. When he goes hunting, he takes a knife and a box. Is that true, false, or I don't know? False. Why? Why? Because he takes what? Hammer and bag to put fossils in. He has more than 50 fossils. Yes, sure. He said, I have over 50 fossils. True. Number five, he has never found any fossils. Do you think that? Surely not. False. He found fish fossils and other type of fossils. His grandfather used to be a paleontologist. Did did he mention that? Was that mentioned in the reading text? I guess no. He just said I go fossil hunting with my family, but he didn't mention anything about his grandfather. So that's I don't know because that wasn't mentioned. The last one, the cliffs around the beaches can be dangerous. Yes, he said that. Yes, because maybe some rocks fall on you, so you have to be careful. And the last question, I wouldn't answer it because that's left for you. Would you like to go fossil hunting? Why? Why not? Please, by the end of our lesson today, I hope you enjoyed our lesson and I hope all your questions were answered. And I leave that question for you. Would you like to go hunting? Why? Why not? Please send me the answer on the share area or leave comments on the video. I'll be happy to hear from you. I'll be there all the time for you. And please check your homework and electronic homeworks on the Share Edu platform. Thank you until we meet again. Stay safe, work hard. Thank you so much and goodbye.